What's up everybody, it's Robin Gaming here. So for the people that have been asking for co-op to come to Uncharted 4 for a long time, well, they're finally gonna get it very soon. Naughty Dog today has announced that Uncharted 4 Survival, the survival mode, is coming to the game, to the multiplayer, and you know, they've done that with a trailer that you can find on the PlayStation channel if you want to have a look for it yourself. But in this video I'm pretty much gonna go over the details and discuss them with you all. So yeah, so let's just, you know, get into it. So really quickly before I get into the actual co-op mode, let me get the other thing out of the way that it seems they've added, which you can see in the trailer for sure, is there are two new maps coming, and one of them is based on good old Uncharted 2 multiplayer, just like we recently saw with the village, of course, and that map is going to be Trainwreck. Yeah, I mean, Naughty Dog seems to love to add maps from Uncharted 2 to this one, and I think it really like fits that way, because both Uncharted 2 and 4 have really these symmetric layouts in terms of the map design, so I think it just fits very well, and that way, you know, Trainwreck is coming. I personally feel I would like to see maps like the Temple more, and maybe even Lost City and some other ones like Ice Caves. I would love to see those come back. Trainwreck is still, you know, I remember in Uncharted 2 it was pretty much the least popular map, honestly, because of the very like blurry vision with all the snow on the map and stuff like that. I like the Uncharted 3 version in the desert more, because of the weather conditions that way. But yeah, you know, we're getting Trainwreck, and then we're also going to be getting a new map, which is looking to be the prison. And to this one I would say hell yeah, because that's pretty much like the biggest location from the Uncharted 4 single player that we hadn't seen made into a map yet, I guess. So yeah, we can't really say too much yet. There's only a couple of like quick sneak peeks you can get at the map in the trailer, but it's definitely for sure that the map is taking place on the prison map from Chapter 2 in the Uncharted 4 single player. So let's get into the actual co-op mode, and what this is going to be is, like I said, yeah, it's going to be pretty much your typical co-op survival from the previous games in the series, which they you know, or I guess actually it was called Co-op Arena maybe before, but that was definitely like a survival type, and they've simply called this one, you know, survival mode, like I said. You can play it solo if you want as well, you don't need PS Plus for that, or you can play with up to 2 friends, 3 players in total, together, to actually make it a co-op mode, of course. That's why they've, I guess, called it just survival, is because you can still play it in, you know, solo if you want to. What it is it's 50 waves of enemies coming at you in, yeah, these different rounds, like I said. You can play it on 10 maps, I'm pretty sure those are simply, you know, 10 maps taken from the total pool of maps that are available, where, you know, this mode was made to work at. And then there's gonna be a boss battle every 10 rounds, including some pirate warlords, like, for example, you're gonna be seeing Henry Avery, I think, at the end. That's gonna be the final boss, most likely, and some other ones that you've seen from the single player. And they also added a couple new things to, I guess, spice it up a bit, so I'll quickly just read what they said here, because that's much easier. They said, to reach wave 50, you'll need to work your way through objective modes, where victory depends on defending a particular area, collecting treasures within a time limit, or taking out marked enemies. We might even throw a curveball at you from time to time, like when an active modifier makes it so that only pistols, headshots, or melee attacks do damage to enemies. As you take out enemies and complete objectives, you'll earn in-game cash, which can be used to unlock and equip weapons and gear via arsenal crates around the map. You can buy everything from heavy weapons, long guns, mysticals, and more. So yeah, they've pretty much taken, you know, a lot of the things from the multiplayer that we've already seen, added that to the co-op, and that way it's gonna be, you know, kind of different all around, and you know, it's just gonna be more expensive, or expansive, with an A, I guess, you know, from what we were used to with the previous Uncharted games. Now, I think this is all great. Like, I'm definitely gonna be playing this co-op mode. I'm actually pretty excited for it. I'll try it out for sure, and I'm looking forward to it. I gotta say, they've done a good job, you know, especially in the last few months, with just adding the stuff that we wanted, like co-op, like the classic modes. At the same time, I do kind of, and I don't want to once again just sound too negative, because I feel like I have been sounding already so negative, honestly, over the past few months, because I've just been disappointed with a lot of things. And I do gotta say again with this one, I gotta just be very honest about it. Uncharted 2 and 3 already launched with co-op, you know, like I said, at release date, right? This is 6 months later after the game came out. And not just that, this is only co-op survival. The previous games in the series both launched with an adventure mode as well, which actually had this cool little story attached. And I remember very recently, like, Robert Cogburn from Naughty Dog himself was asking people on Twitter what they wanted to see in a co-op mode, and pretty much everybody replied with that they loved the co-op adventure mode. And that's just probably too expensive or too big to make right now, so they're just sticking to a pretty simple, let's be honest, survival mode with NPC enemies on the map. And you know, that's really the thing, is that as cool as this is, and I'm glad they're adding it, and at least the multiplayer is being kept alive to some extent, and you know, they're adding new stuff. This is all, if you look at the previous games in the series, this is all stuff that was there at launch before, and even bigger than it's gonna be right now, and that's kind of what I'm still a little disappointed with. It really seemed with Uncharted 4, they put almost all their resources into the single player, and the multiplayer was more than ever just an afterthought, I feel, where, you know, what's there is great, but it's just small, it's a smaller scale than the previous games in the series, and there's no denying that, because yeah, you know, co-op adventure, I loved playing that. That was the co-op that I myself really cared about, and you know, yeah, like I said, co-op survival is not exactly what I was looking for myself. I'm still gonna play it and enjoy it for sure. I just don't know for how long, and I just really liked the adventure mode before, where there actually was a story and a nice little mechanic of, you know, platforming and stuff as well. It wasn't just your typical multiplayer map with some enemies thrown on it that you kill. You know what I mean? So in that way, I'm still slightly disappointed, but it is what it is. I'm still glad they're adding it nonetheless, and you gotta just tell me in the comments what you think about this. Are you looking forward to the survival mode? Are you gonna be playing it? What do you think of the 2 new maps they're gonna be adding, like Trainwreck and the Prison? And then with that being said, thanks a lot for watching. Leave a quick like if you enjoyed the video. Helps my channel out a lot, and then I hope to see you again next time.